What's up? What's up? What's good? Oh man, then they like, man, say that, Mr. Say how you looking? You were doing a few voice audios. We wanted to see how you were looking. Man, everything is good. Everything is great. Let's go ahead and get this going. I had mentioned a few things with Deanna Lopez. She gonna be responsible for the background noise, very calm and soothing. Guys, we're gonna have very shout out to December. I'm gonna reveal the theme after we give our introduction. This is gonna be a little bit different, but every day is different. Every minute is different. Let's do it like this: the Safe Space Saylee Show, the Safe Space Saylee Show, the Safe Space Saylee Show. Freedom, warmth, and clarity. Guys, that's the freedom to be you, the warmth of non-judgment, and the clarity to know exactly what you need. Oh my god, man, you guys don't even know how pumped I am just to be. I never thought I'd be back in LA. I don't. I really don't. Being in 4 months in Ghana, doing the show from Ghana. Man, this earth is ours. I'm saying it like that, it's ours. For the ones who want to explore it and see all different parts, you can do that. You feel like you're trapped at your job, or you feel that, no. Focus in on what you really want to do. Put enough time and energy there, and those situations start revealing itself to you. You will see opportunities. Just like myself, I've seen plenty of opportunities. I could have still been there if I wanted to, as well too. But I knew LA and just had to handle business, work business, because guys, wherever you're at, you're gonna need finances. Until you're not gonna need them. Nah, I can live in a bush. I could do that. I've done that with homelessness. Man, I wouldn't have no money. I wasn't working. No money was coming in. But it was still a great situation. So, man, I'd be ready to just experience. So, guys, let's reveal the theme. Well, I was just saying reveal the theme. I got the words slow, but I only told one of my boys this. He asked about only because he asked. And, he better be glad that I was feeling, kind. And I was like, you know what? I can reveal it to you. And guys, I gotta still think about the beginning, the first quarter of the year too. At least the first 4 months. I think I got the themes up until April. So let's go ahead and reveal. All right, Mr. Saylee, what's the theme for the month? The theme for your life and what you're gonna do at your work? What is it? As you can see, if you can see in the title as well too, it's Decisive December. Guys, it is action season. It is. It's action season. It's time for you to make a decision. Now, I got the definition pulled up, and usually I have my book and I have the questions, but we're going to go raw and we're going to flow. I got one more month before I'm at my 1 year anniversary. Man, I can't even believe where Safe Space Saylee Show, the Safe Space Saylee Show is at. Started this because I wanted to help others. And now I have one of my this wasn't even on the Safe Space Saylee Show. I did self-love Sunday show. That was for me, the most powerful expression from me ever on TikTok. Shout out to Mason, and it really made. He was saying I made his day, but he really made the rest of this year. It wasn't you made the day. You really made the rest of the year and probably for the next. Seriously, so I don't see Unless somebody tops that, but I don't see it. Unless somebody come in, maybe five years old, they come talking to Mr. Saylee, maybe something like that. Maybe they can top it. Or an 8-year-old, 9-year-old coming on here, because I know there's a lot of children on here. And speaking in a way with intelligence and self-love and concern, that's, oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Let's go by names. Yeah, no, that is beautiful. So there's always another level. Don't feel like, oh, you did good. I think Kanye has said, he was like, even my greatness that I've done that you guys think is great, I'm still below my expectations. And it's just like that. I'm still below my expectations. I can never outdo me. There's always another level. Oh man, Mr. Saylee, you've been at level 5 but there's still another level. Oh, you at level 20, but there's still another level. Mr. Saylee, did you create this world? How did you do it? It's an infinite amount of levels, just like how there's an infinite amount of experiences. Now, guys, I'm gonna read what this decisive even means. I don't want to get too far, because I get too far speaking and then it gets into something else. So I want you guys to really soak in what this theme is and how important it is. Decisive December. Not only it coming at the end of the year. I know I was seeing somebody talking about, oh, lock in. We've been locked in, man. We've been locked in. Now, if you want to lock in or wherever you want to focus yourself like a laser this last month, then do that. But I would not be denied anything that I want. Whether it's this healing from MS or an infinite income stream, I'm in a position to create all that I want. So now, guys, let me go through this definition real quickly, because I don't want to get too far off. So now look, decisive means having the power to make decisions quickly and confidently, or being clear and unmistakable in determining the outcome of a situation. It often refers to actions or factors that bring an end to uncertainty or controversy. Oh my gosh. Guys, sometimes we're in a situation, we need to make a decision. And it's very, very important to make that decision and not wait. I'm not telling anyone to leave that, I would do that or do that. Leave that unhealthy relationship, or just kind of make some kind of move. That's being decisive. I'm going to read it again. Being in a position where you can make a decision. It's just like, you know what? I want to be happy. I want to love myself. And you got to decide. I know one of my boys, he always tell me, oh yeah, I got the self-love. But then when I break it down, and I'm like, tell me why, you don't always go all the way in. See, people I don't just let folks just say things to me and let anyone get away with it. No, it doesn't work. I'd rather be alone by myself then. Because I'm not going to lie to me. So if everyone on the planet, the 8 point whatever billion on here, if you go about lies, then get away from me. Because I'm not about it. And I'm going to tell myself the truth every time. That's why I shout out to Banquet World. You know, he's always been a man of truth. You know, and truth has no master. So no one can control what you're doing when you are a man of truth. You are the supreme. You are the cutting edge of whatever you want to do. You're at the cutting edge of your existence. It's like, okay, I want to experience more. Well, then go and do that. I've noticed ways just start opening up when you focus in on it. You know? And this month, with it being decisive, I'm challenging everybody. I don't care your age, I don't care family member, stranger, your friends. You being challenged. You're not about to be around me like everything is all cool, I'm wasting time. I ain't wasting no time, man. Because I don't have it. I don't have the time to waste. I'm in a position now where every moment is key for me to create heaven on earth. I'm not talking about in no sky. And this ain't me dying and having to go somewhere. No, it's none of that. I'm talking about here while I'm alive and aware. And I can see it around me. Let me be aware of this. I need to experience it. I'm not waiting for no situation. No. And if individuals want to wait and they want to do, you can wait way wherever you at. I'll go to East Africa or South Africa. I go to Australia. I'll go to Thailand. Go to Singapore. I mean, all these different countries. Now I gotta read that definition again because this will help individuals in their own life. There's a decision you know you need to make, and you're not being decisive about it. This is the first of the month. I know for a lot of individuals, rent is due, bills are due. I mean, me being away from, the States about 4 months. I mean, yeah, I was in a beautiful position to handle all of that, even when I was away. I ended up walking right back into my place like nothing, like I haven't missed a beat. The only thing that and they move fast, because when I found out the heater wasn't working, one of the managers, of course, because it's like, hold on, man, I'm paying all this. You can't have me cold at night. She sent in the space heater. All that, love there too. That's the thing. I can complain about a billion things. Even with Turkish Airlines, how they, delayed delivering, not delivering, but delayed. My scooter, my bag wasn't on the plane when I arrived. It was on the plane. Y'all got it on the next plane, so I got to wait 6 hours? I can be mad about anything, but you know what? I seen one guy, he was talking, I'm not doing this right, but I seen one guy, I want to see if I can find the video again. But I seen one guy, he was speaking about, I ordered something at a restaurant and something else came. He's like, man, I ordered steak, they gave me like a chicken, whatever. He's like, I just ate it, man. And that's the decisiveness. What you have to do, you have to decide for peace. You got to choose it. Because in you can choose chaos or peace. You can choose relaxation or frustration. It's there, you can choose that. And I've seen it. In my parents, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my nephews, my nieces. But I want to make sure, because we ain't just talking, I want to make sure, let me read the decisiveness and decisive, the definition, then I want to I'll give a few questions as well too. Now I want to be honest, I will be honest, guys, I don't have anything really written down. This is the first show where I actually don't have questions prepared. And I can be honest on that, and because I got I always tell my clients, I got a billion questions already in my head already. It's nice to have it structure and have some things there, but I can create a billion on the fly. We may just do one or two anyway. So let's go. So it says decisive means having the power to make decisions quickly and confidently. So we got to look at building confidence. If you don't have confidence, you may not be decisive. Or being clear and unmistakable in determining the outcome of a situation. That's why I would say freedom, warmth, and clarity. This being decisive, you got to be clear. It often refers to actions or factors that bring an end to uncertainty and controversy. See, in your life, you may have uncertainty there. I mean, that's life. There's a lot of unknowns. But if you're able to develop that confidence, then you know, regardless, I can go into the unknown and be fully confident in my life. So I want to ask this. This is the question here. In the month of December, how are you looking? How are you going to be more decisive in your life? How are you going to be more decisive in your life? Of course, guys, I'll put this on YouTube, and I have to jot this down as well too. But how are you going to be more decisive in your life this month? Now, when I think about that, how am I going to be more decisive? By taking action, not waiting. Making moves before it gets to the deadline, or before a problem comes up. So when it comes to in my life, there's to recertify. I think the deadline is maybe sometime next year. But I took my flight to come back to LA. I was like, you know what? I want to handle this now. I don't want to wait till the end, and then I be at the edge of time, and then if something else goes wrong, or something goes wrong, and then I have to delay my certification. No. So when I look at that, how am I gonna use that? I'm using it right now. I'm in the States, and I needed to handle business. If you gotta handle business, that takes some important decisions. Being decisive. I came back, I had to throw everything away in my fridge. I haven't done the freezer yet. I gotta throw that stuff away too. And I'm about to replenish. I went ahead on Amazon and ordered. Shout out to Amazon. I went and ordered. But I was decisive. Because what he said, there was some uncertainty. I need to make sure that I'm eating. And now that I've always been a vegan at heart. I mean, been there. But now that I'm vegan, it's just like, whoa. There's a lot of things that I have to be decisive about when choosing even snacks. I remember coming back from the airport. I'm not proud to say this, but I spent, in the airport at 7-Eleven, I spent $60, really $69 in the store, just grabbing snacks, of course, snacks and food and soups and whatever drinks. And they were vegan, of course, just to make sure that, because I knew already at the house that there wasn't going to be anything there. At least anything that was good. Things that weren't expired. So I went ahead and I was a little bit, breakfast. I could have spent like $30. But I was immediately thinking about how many CDs that it was being spent, or how much money that represented from the country I just came from, Ghana. And I'm like, man, don't tell me that I just spent 600 CDs on food when I'm supposed to be stretching my finances, for that. Supposed to be looking for places for other individuals. I know with me going there, I've showed a lot of people how you need to move. A lot of people, they be afraid. And if you're going to still be afraid, don't hit me up. Don't hit my line. If you afraid, don't even hit me up. Don't even tell people you know me if you're afraid to make certain moves. Because what I'm dealing with really right now with my MS and individuals feel like that keeps you away from traveling the world. It's all in your head, man. It's all in your head. So I wasn't going to, and I'm not gonna let that slow me down. I still got more, because I can't see the whole earth, but at least I can make sure. I done seen Africa. Man, that was decisive, even leading me there. I've been wanting to go to Africa since I was little. And of course, my mom and dad from there, but it's like I've always wanted to go, and I had some legal issues that I had to handle, and there was a time where I wasn't even able to go. They kind of held my passport back. They're like, man, you got to clear this situation up. May, by the grace of God, definitely handle that situation. That's why being decisive is so clear and so key to your elevation in life. Because if you're not decisive, then you're going to be waiting around, playing around, not taking yourself seriously. You're going to be dealt certain cards and you're not even going to play them because you're afraid. Sometimes it's like, oh man, I'm going to go left or going to go right. Just go right. Just go right. And then we'll figure it out when the next decision comes up. We'll decide something when a difficulty or a fork in the road comes up. We're going to make some kind of move. So that's the key thing. Make a move. You don't know if it's right or wrong at that time. You don't know. But if you make a move, you're closer to understanding and figuring out if it's the right move or maybe it was the wrong move. So, so just make a move. And the question, I think the second question I want to bring to, when you look at 2025, where could you have been, or where would you shift and be more decisive in your life? Because when you go throughout the year, we're at the end, and you look at your life and it says, man, I'm not saying to regret, but just understand and look at it, the decisions that you have made. What have those decisions or lack thereof resulted in? You could have made more money. You could have created more freedom. You could have maybe been out of that toxic relationship. Maybe you could have been in a new relationship, a more loving relationship. I don't know. Maybe you could have got married. Maybe you could have, who knows? Looking at the year from January to November, where could you have added and been more decisive at? Reflect. Sometimes when I'm using this, and I ask my clients this too, sometimes when we use it, we're not reflecting to focus in on the past. We're reflecting to see a version of ourselves that we can correct presently. This is knowing you. I'm giving you I'm giving you guys some top quality stuff. See, when I don't have the questions written down, you guys get some real top quality stuff. But see, it's all real and it's all good. Now look at this. If you were in a position where you made a wrong move, there's the accountability. Shout out to everyone coming in too. You guys are great. Now look, there's accountability with the mistakes even that you have made. Now look at the definition. It says what? The uncertainty or controversy. What controversy were you in or that you still in that you know you could have decided, been decisive about, and avoided that? You know? I think with me, when I decided that I wanted to go to Africa, I didn't really let individuals, know, because no one doesn't need to know anything, because they're not going to control any part of my life. But look, when I look at January to November, where could I have been more decisive? Definitely financially. I think what I'm focusing on now, I went in relax mode. And I was like, okay, I'm living in LA. I did it. I'm doing it. And I'm allowing life to happen. I'm enjoying it. I'm eating what I want. I'm ordering what I please. And I'm supporting people. They're coming into my life. And I'm creating financial freedom for them. I'm blowing their mind just with something that's just so effortless to me. And it's just like, I'm giving individuals good times because I'm at the maximum level of enjoyment, and I feel now could I have been more decisive about spending and creating more finances? Oh yeah, definitely so. To a point where I may not have even needed to come back to America if I would have been more decisive financially from January to November, or from January, I would say January to June. Yeah, so guys, think about that. Look back, reflect, and see like, oh man, I could have done this, I could have done that. I could have been more conscious of my spending. Or even, like they said, I think my stepdad even had told me, there's only two ways to make money. Either you cut your spending not to make money, or to increase your finances. No, we ain't gonna take no break, no. To increase your finances, so it's cut your spending, increase your revenue. Now you guys probably got some other ways, probably so too, but look, two ways. And now when I look at my life, cut spending or increase the revenue. Now when I think about that, it's like, man, you know what? I want to be in a position where I can create more revenue for myself, to where now I can help other individuals create more revenue for them. They're able to do things where it's like, I'm actually learning. Because that's kind of the key thing why I'm even doing this, and why I'm, counseling and coming on this line. It's like, I want individuals to learn. Because I'm learning from me. That's why I like Gucci Man. He said what they once say, I'm my best friend and I'm my worst enemy. But I want to make sure that I'm learning from myself and who I am. That's a question that others still are looking to figure out. But remember, we're ever evolving. So you're always supposed to find out more about yourself, who you are, what would you do in this situation? What would you, how would you speak? Who would you keep around you? And With this being in Decisive December, I just want individuals to look at their life and really see the decisions that you can make. But he said, Decisive December, life choices reflect on 2005 goals. See, I love AI. See, people be mad at AI. I don't know why. It's just like a hammer. It's a tool. You can build a house, or you can unalive someone. I know people saying the unalive thing. Whatever, you can unalive. You can hurt someone. You can love someone, build them something, or you can break someone. It's just all a tool. It's just all a tool. And we're going to be able to use all the tools in this life. That's kind of how I'm going to be able to use all the tools with these social media platforms or whatever it may be, because I know there's going to come a time I'm going to throw it all away. I'm going to throw it all away. And I'm not going to be concerned one bit about anyone else. I'm not. It's just like one of my other homeboys. I mean, he hit me up. He's like, man, I'm living in Thailand now. He's like, Saylee, you got to come out here and enjoy. Man, get off of social media, man. We not there. We living life. And I'm like, man, that's how you be decisive. Some people, they're trapped. They can't enjoy life. You trapped. You a slave, man. You can't make the sacrifice. Let's say, I'm not saying no one should work at the job. You shouldn't. No, do that. Build up your finances, but know, like, hey, you get to a point now, you got to leave that. It's like, all right, I'm very disciplined. Because even when I think of decisiveness, I think of being disciplined as well, too. I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to be disciplined about it. Because let's say, oh, I want to save $1,000. Now, deciding is more than just a thought. Like, okay, you can say, what action are you taking? Maybe if it's like, okay, like I'm saying, either cutting my spending, or I want to start fasting. Maybe I want to just eat only one time a day. I'm talking like a full meal. You can have like snacks or whatever throughout. It's like, man, I want to eat one time a day. I remember when I was in Ghana, fasted, dry fast. That's eating and drinking nothing for 48 hours. I think I did that one or 2 weeks. One or two times. Matter of fact, I think one time now. So now I'm getting to that level. Now my next level would be 72 hours of dry fast. I know I can do it. There's no doubt in my mind. Because when I'm focused, I can do anything. And I remember saying that as well too. So guys, we're not gonna stay on too long. I'm about to roll in and roll out. But the most important thing was to realize I want to reveal the theme, this Decisive December. It's okay. I'll read the definition again. Shout out to Mason, man. Coming in on the Self-Love Sunday show, that was really made my life, man, on that one, because it is still my dream to work with children, because their minds are not as cluttered as some of the adults. They still have a strong system of belief when it comes to the impossible. A lot of older people, you hear them say, nah, you can't do that, you can't do that. Children are not like that. Children's like, I can do that, I can make that happen. They're thinking outside of the box. Right there. So I'm probably gonna get out of here for probably maybe like 10 more minutes, something like that, maybe 11 more minutes. But yeah, guys, Safe Space Saylee Show. Oh man. Decisive December. Remember, how can you become more decisive in your life? Where are you not being decisive and you know you need to? This is also with the self-love too. Maybe you need to cut off hanging out too much. Maybe you need to create a plan where it's like, you know what, I want to enjoy life a little bit more. Not just only in my relationship, not just only with traveling, but in all aspects of my life. And that's why I love people who are watching me, or whenever they're seeing me or they see my video. I got the answers for you. I know what to tell you. You can look at me. I know my family, they didn't want to believe that I had all this information. They didn't want to believe that. And they want to say, oh man, Daniel, he doesn't have this, Daniel doesn't have that, Daniel doesn't. Daniel knows more than you. Now, is it an ego thing? No. It's something that if somebody had the wisdom or information, then I'm going to that individual to see how can I figure something out. I'm dealing with an issue and I can't figure it out. Son, nephew, cousin, uncle, stranger, hey, help me out. And that's another thing I want to mention too. So you guys, you can always reach out to Mr. Saylee. You can. Now, I was just watching this one guy. He talking about doing the coach. I was already looking at the end of my life. Not the end of it, but I'm looking at how I want to go forward with the rest of my life. I'm not going to be counseling forever. I mean, I may be counseling forever, but I mean the job that I'm at, whether they see it or not, I'm not going to be doing it like that forever. Probably I always want to at least have about 3 clients on retainer, something like 3. I always want to be working with some individuals. At least 3, not too much, not too many. Because I know I have an abundance of information for people who want that. I don't want to tell anybody who doesn't want the information. Like at the work that I'm at the job I'm at now. I mean, it's most of them are, court mandated. So it's like, oh man, they're doing something they don't even. A lot of them are doing things they don't want to do. And I'm past that now. Now I want to work with individuals who actually really want the elevation. I don't want to have to tell you this now. So, about how I see the rest of I see myself even at 90 doing this. Like, man. Building schools. Speaking at, I can go to a prison and speak, or to a jail and speak. But I really want to talk to the guidance counselors at schools too. And shout out to Mason, because he was telling me about how his guidance counselor was, really showed him and told him about love and self. I mean, that was impressive. So shout out to the guidance counselors that are really showing and telling the children that they need to love themselves. Shout out to y'all. If y'all gonna be in any educational setting, you have to make sure that you are telling the children things that you would have told to you. Not just it being a job, getting some money. No, but actually have your heart in it. It's just like being in a relationship. Have your heart in it. These are certain things we get pulled away from because we get distracted by the finances, or by the stressors. That's why you gotta do things that you want to do, you actually desire, that you love to do. On that part. Shout out to the, on that end. God is the real deal. Money will never bring you to true peace. Yeah. But I'm not gonna get into any debate. But where is the God? When you out there, that's a good point that you're bringing up. But everyone is taught differently about who God is, where God is, or how. Everyone has their own viewpoint. Now, if you're looking for me, I'm thinking if you're looking for anyone outside of you to bring you any true peace or to bring you love, maybe it can work. Maybe you got certain scriptures and it'll tell you these certain things, but you gotta find it. Find that power and see like, hey, okay, is this a situation that can help me out? You're saying morals are subjective without God, brother. Yeah, no, indeed. But as humans, or on this earth, people are still not fully understanding even who God is. You bring up a good point, because not even with this Decisive December theme, when you're looking and you're asking, you're thinking about God, being decisive on that part, the decisions, the suffering, the peace. Are you even deciding to know God? There are certain individuals that are speaking about it, but they don't know God. And I'm not, like I said, gonna get into any debate on that. And just how I want individuals to do is lead by example, and that's decisiveness right there. Leading by example. Whether we got scriptural references, if you're knowing God and you're seeing Him, then you gotta live like that. You don't gotta tell nobody about God. Live like it. And that's how you can move forward, and you end up showing individuals how good He is, or if someone should even follow it. Can you be that example? Let me say, can you be that example? I want to read your comment, because you're talking some good stuff. You say, if you preach, do what makes you happy. That is dangerous, brother. Yeah, I understand that. It can be. Because you have to understand, everyone isn't the same on here. There are some individuals, what makes them happy is hurting folks. So only with that and other points as well too. If hurting others makes them happy, then it is dangerous. This is why I like what Mason was saying. 13-year-old to come on the self-love Sundays, and he was talking about just being kind. I'm thinking, from a 13-year-old, you talking about just being kind? Woo-wee. That's why I have so much faith in the next couple generations. Because even talking like that, man, that's powerful on that part. But I want to make sure. I want to make sure that you guys are talking, because this is some real things. Doesn't wait. Hold on. I don't want these things going too fast. Doesn't matter. The truth is the most important thing in the world. But you gotta understand. All right, but what truth? What truth? You're bringing in some great points. But you have to always understand this too. Decide. Remember, the way how you're seeing it is not the way how somebody else could see it. And so that is a point I want to bring out. It's just like, if you have found your Savior or your God and you live in that way, you shouldn't worry about if nobody else has found it or not. Worry about you. You're not going to save nobody. You can't. On that end. Do I believe? And then I see you say, do I believe in God? Well, which God? Man, there's thousands of gods. You talking about the Most High? If you talking about the Most High, yeah, definitely so. Believe in Him wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. He's even the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now. I've been doing almost for a whole year now. The Safe Space Saylee Show, and why I am a counselor. Bringing self-love. Now, you gotta understand what they say, God is love, all these different things. But I'm looking into where individuals don't love themselves. So how can you love God? I don't want to get too excited. If you don't love yourself, you can't. And we got about I said I was gonna get out of here in 45. I'm gonna answer the few of these questions. Then then we'll wrap up. We'll get up out of here, guys. Decisive December. There's some great questions that you're bringing, Keenan. There's some great questions you're bringing up, and I really appreciate you. I want to let you know that too. I do appreciate you and what you're bringing. What you're bringing in. Please look up Phil Anthony Mitchell. No, that's not living. I'm worried about you, brother. We said, please look up Phil Anthony Mitchell. I'll screenshot that. Hold on. Phil Anthony Mitchell. Let me screenshot that. Bam. Screenshot it. You're worried about me? Man, I feel that. I feel that. Nah, man. But see, the thing is, what I'll tell anyone, just like I told my dad, I understand you concerned. Individuals may be concerned. But you gotta, the best way to live in this life, you gotta lead by example. If you're not concerned about yourself, I think I just posted up something Maya Angelou was talking about. If you don't love yourself, how can you even tell me that you love me? You don't even love you. So in that situation, if you gotta make sure that you are good, you want to make sure that's how. Because if you're leading that way, I'm gonna be able to discover you posting up your life and how it's going and how it has changed. Be the word. Just say, God, what's the word? Be the example. Don't just come on here and we just talking. Nah. But we're actually taking action on that part. Love your neighbor as yourself. That is it. That is it. That is it. Jesus has said that. That is one of the most powerful things, and the world ends up overnight. The world changes overnight. It's just a golden rule: do unto others as you want done unto you. But while I always talk about this too, individuals don't even want to do good to themselves. So if somebody is following the golden rule, that can be dangerous too, as you were saying before. That can be dangerous. Because there are individuals on the planet, they're about self-harm. So if you're doing unto yourself, doing unto others like you're doing unto yourself, then you're doing harm to others. There's individuals who hate themselves. Well, you said love yourself like your neighbor. What if you hate yourself like your neighbor? So then it's confusion. But like I said, we're not going to go too far into that. I just want to let you know we say this love, but sometimes, there was a movie that came out, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. You have to make sure some individuals understand it. What kind of love are you talking about? To some individuals, love is hate. To some individuals, hate is love. So you gotta be very clear on that. You have to be, as in the theme of this month, you have to be decisive on where you stand. Let me read this definition, then we're gonna get up out of here soon. I say, God gives you purpose. You aren't an accident. Oh yeah, you're bringing some good stuff. There are no accidents and no coincidences. I love what you're saying right there in the comments right there. That's very powerful. You have value. And Kenny, you have value on that part there. You have a lot of value. you know how much value you just brought into this show just by you being you, speaking up, being decisive? Because some folks be just sitting back, but you like, you know what? I'm gonna say something. I'm feeling sick. Whether you feeling something, or you feel like, man, I think the brother needs to hear this, or you feel like this other being that's on earth, he needs to hear this. He's been doing this. You can go to my man. But I appreciate you, everything that you're bringing. Now I need you guys to check this out. This whole theme of the month, the first of the month, is Decisive December. So look, decisive means having the power to make decisions quickly or confidently. So you have to be even confident. You talk about God. Can you even be confident in what you know and what you believe? Now look, or being clear and or unmistakable to determining the outcome of a situation. So you got to be clear. You got to be clear. You know, Kenan and everyone else here, when you're moving throughout in this life, be clear about what you want. That's why I say with the show, the freedom, warmth, and clarity, the freedom to be you, the warmth of non-judgment, and the clarity to know exactly what you need. Now let's go to this last point. I'm gonna look at the chats. It often refers to actions or factors that bring an end to uncertainty or controversy. You talked about God and you brought it up, but there's no uncertainty there. I'm very, very clear on where I stand. Now, individuals can try to bring in controversy and all the confusion, especially in this religious world. It's nothing but confusion, and I don't get involved with it. I don't get involved with it at all, and it ain't gonna work. If others can be confused, they can be confused. If they want clarity, they can get clarity. It's just like in that movie, The Book of Eli. That man wanted to get his hands on the Bible so good because he wanted to control people. Everything is put into these movies. Hold on, let me see what you're saying. Christ redeemed us if you accept him. I feel that on that end. I feel on the Christianity, on that part. But you got to be careful, Keenan, too, on that part. You got individuals that feel like, oh, they're saved, or they can just do anything if they just, oh, I bless the food, I do anything, or I got baptized. That's not it, man. At least for me, that's not it. You have to continuously work presently with what you're doing. It's not a situation that you feel like, I'm good now. Yeah, I went to church on Sunday, or I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. Dude, you're always working, man. You still working. There's always work that's not done. You still have things to do. And you know a tree. Don't you know a tree by the fruit that it bears? That's it. What fruits are you bearing? Don't tell me who you serve, and show me the fruits are the actions. The words are so, it's just like being in a relationship. Words are lies. Beautiful lies. They are. And words can be lies. People lie all the time. But we're probably going to get out of here, and appreciate you, King. This is a very good discussion, what you were saying on that end. He said you're right. Luke warns Christians that are damaging the truth. Yeah, and some are, and that's why we have to, to stay, focused. That's why you have to be very decisive on how you're moving. That's why you got to lead. Don't try to save anyone. Save you and be that leader of example. But yeah, guys, Ken, I appreciate you and everyone else who was coming on in. I'm about to get up out of here. Guys, remember the theme is Decisive December for the whole month. The Safe Space Saylee Show. Mondays at 5 p.m. PST. Oh man, I'm ready. Kenny, you got me ready too. I'm pumped and I'm hype about it. And shout out to Mason too as well, coming to the Self Love Sunday show. It's not even that show, but just Self Love Sundays. 13-year-old showing gave me hope in humanity by how this young man was speaking and just kind of how he was expressing himself. So guys, we're gonna get up out of here. The Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. Freedom, warmth, and clarity. Guys, that's the freedom to be exactly where you are. The warmth of non-judgment. And the clarity to know exactly what you need. Guys, you all good. I'm going to read some of these last comments and then we're going to get out of here. Like last year, he said, yeah, you're absolutely right, man. The God doesn't. Wait, hold on. You're absolutely right. Men lie. God doesn't. Hey, yeah. Thank you. God bless. But yeah, already. You see how much, you added so much life into the show. I appreciate it, King, man. Hopefully we can do this again. I'm going to check you out. Man, we out of here like last year, guys. Take care.